Ronald D. Purser's book, McMindfulness. Norwegian far-right extremist and mass unaliver Anders Behring Breivik. In 2011, Breivik detonated a car bomb in downtown Oslo, unaliving 8 people. He then went on a pew-pew spree, unaliving 69 others at a summer camp, as well as identifying as a fashionable guy, a worshipper of Odin, and a Yahtzee. Breivik compared himself to a Japanese bonsai warrior seeking enlightenment. In a psychiatric evaluation, Breivik described how he used meditation to numb the full spectrum of human emotion, happiness to sorrow, despair, hopelessness, and fear. Yet this taught him no empathy for his victims. A court psychiatric expert wrote in his report, and this is a block quote, "He shows no emotion in relation to the act he is charged with and explains his desensitized state as a result of meditation. Bushido, meditation to be able to show contempt of death. Like other warriors, for example, Afghanistan soldiers, and others who must do what they do, take lives." These examples illustrate the dangers of viewing meditation as simply a method for training attention. Decontextualizing mindfulness makes it more available to terrorists and unalivers. Yet whenever Kabat-Zinn is asked to address these important concerns about militarized practice, he responds with trademark flowery vagueness. This is a block quote. Woven into mindfulness is an orientation towards non-harming and seeing deeply into the nature of things, which in some way implies, or at least invites, seeing the interconnectedness between the seer and the seen, the object and the subject. It is a non-dual perspective from the very beginning, resting on an ethical foundation. That's what he says. He compounds this by claiming that mindfulness, as he imparts it, involves the cultivation of affectionate attention, and that it is therefore inherently wholesome. The idea of a soldier showing affectionate attention towards an Afghan while pulling the trigger on his M16 seems absurd. How exactly does training combat troops result in non-harming and seeing the interconnectedness between Marines and their targets? It seems very difficult to integrate ethics into military mindfulness, not least on account of the dubious nature of U.S. missions and political objectives. This is just a new version in the most ironic state imaginable of the way that mindfulness, the way that I talked about in my previous video, talking about the way that BetterHelp is now exploiting the genocide happening in Palestine, exploiting that, and the way that literally McDonald's is collaborating with both of them to fund the genocide. The jokes, the absurdity of it's like the satire is truly writing itself at this point.